It's all about individual definition of success, the flexibility to choose, the flexibility to change. And so we recognize that this solo practice growth is a critical component because success is not one shape. It's not a leaderboard. It's not somebody else's business model. And we brought that energy to team growth. And now we're bringing that same energy to solo practice growth, SPG, here inside of LPT.
Good morning. Welcome to another Motivational Monday. My name is Matthew Hodge, Executive Vice President here at LPT Realty. I'm joining you from LPT headquarters here in Lake Mary, Florida. I'm going to bring in Robert Palmer, founder and CEO, who is joining us from Hutchinson Island down in Stewart, which is kind of in the middle of Florida. Would you say a little more south?
Yeah, the center of the state. It's a good spot.
Somewhere in the state. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. We had the opportunity to be down there last week and have an executive retreat, which was really nice. And we got a lot of stuff done and a lot of things coming. But I'm going to check in real quick. How was your weekend, Robert?
Weekend was good. Took the girls out on the boat, did a little bit of cruising. That was good, man. Weather was pretty good. Last week was super productive. A lot of exciting stuff going on. So
yeah, absolutely.
Really happy to be here today. A lot of time this weekend reviewing those amazing RealTrends results where we crushed it both on the solo agent side and the team side. Really proud of that. We're going to get into that today on the back half of the call. But yeah, excited to be everybody here on this beautiful Monday morning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're going to get into all of those things, but we're going to start, as always, with the industry updates. We're going to figure out what's happening with the battles, and we want to know what's happening at the market level. Why we know that the job reports and things just came out, so I want to see how that's affecting. I think I know the answer, but let's.
My wife is so tired of this beard. She's like, we're gonna have to get a switch up. I'm gonna have to get like a stick-on beard or something. It's impacting my life. These terrible mortgage rates.
We're gonna get you one of those big fake beards, man. It's gonna be great. So you can actually, you can shave. All right. So walk us through industry updates. What do we got going on?
Yeah. So if we want to kick off the slides, no shortage of headlines, right? We've been talking about. There's a lot going on between, I guess, Zillow and Compass just continually to be in the headlines. This was interesting. Compass is now under antitrust investigation in New York. The state attorney general is probing the acquisition of Anywhere, which is interesting because in New York, right, in Manhattan in particular, Compass's market share is now very outsized between Christie's, Corcoran, Compass, Sotheby's. So again, New York AG taking a look at that. We'll see what happens. Which is interesting because, is that market power being used over in Chicago and Tennessee? Like what's really going on? So thought that's an interesting headline in the Wall Street Journal. Other than that, NAR has now kind of come out and they're trying to clarify the rule that's at the center of the MRED Zillow disputes. Remember, this is the fight going on in Chicago. Zillow says, hey, if you violate the private listing results, we won't show your homes on Zillow. The MLS says, hey, that's a violation of IDX rules. NAR is now trying to release a policy statement to explain their interpretations before the judge gets to it in like 2 weeks. So again, lots of weird stuff happening in our industry right now. What else we got? I think we got maybe one more headline, or is that it? Oh, yeah. And then the jobs report, the thing that is going to make me invest in a supply of fake beards. So here we are, the mortgage rate outlook between inflation due to the war in the Middle East, which continues to escalate, de-escalate. And now this strong jobs report that came in on Friday sent the 10-year to maybe some of the highest levels we've seen in quite a while. So I don't know. Mortgage rates, Fed rate hikes are back on the table. Crystal ball is shattered. I don't think anybody expected us to be here. But here we find ourselves, right? AI, the war in the Middle East, all these kind of unknown, uncontrollable things. But the positive in all this is, even with all that happening, with mortgage rates out of control, with the uncertainty, with all of these self-inflicted wounds that we put on ourselves as an industry, with all these negative headlines, housing demand is staying positive. So that's the thing we care about the most. Ultimately, at some point, we've talked about this, the consumer can only push the delay for so long before they have to do something. They have to buy, they have to sell, they have to move. And so I think that's what we're seeing happen. And so to me, that actually sets us up for an even bigger boom when these rates do finally come down, because the fact that the home buyer and home seller are giving up on delaying, even though rates are still terrible. What's going to happen when rates do come down? So
Right.
I'm overall remain bullish on our industry. Obviously, we stay committed to it every day. For us, Boomsday preppers, more time to prep, right? We
That's
get
right.
the gift of more time for preparation, and we know that the fortune will favor the prepared, and we
Yeah.
are going to be the prepared here at LPT Realty.
Yeah, that's right. And, and to your point, I think that the combination of things are happening. There are people who are just getting used to the environment. It doesn't seem as foreign, doesn't feel like the high interest rates is something that's new to them. Whereas when it was coming from a 2%, it felt like, oh, I'm just going to wait for it to come back down. I feel like that's starting to happen. And then to your other point, at some point, you can only put that delay off as much as you can, and you have to do a transaction. And hopefully a little bit of that is gaining some steam. But with that being said, I know we've got some stats of maybe some markets that are not necessarily looked at as like an opportunity of pocket. When we look at who's doing the most amount of transactions per year in the US, where is that volume coming from and how do we serve them? I know that we're going to make some changes to try to serve that customer base. So what are your thoughts on how we do that?
Yeah, like man. So obviously, RealTrends came out, this week. That was big news. We've got Michael Valdez, who's now been with the company coming up on 2 years. And so we've really kind of looked at how are we best, serving our agents, how are we best serving the teams across the platform. And so a couple of the changes we're making, Michael's original vision coming on was to focus on international and global. And what we've realized is, being the chairman of the board of NAREP, and all the amazing things he's doing inside of the Latin community, we need to expand his mission, his vision to not just be on international agents, but also on our amazing, Latin and Spanish speaking agents here at home in North America. And so we're going through a structural change. We've legally renamed, if we can get the slide up, we've legally renamed LPT International into LPT Realty Global and International. And so there's a nod there to international being in Spanish for Michael's focus there, right? So Michael is the CEO of LPT Realty Global and International, which is what we've renamed LPT International to. And so that his purview now in that role as CEO now is over both US based Spanish speaking agents, right? Any of our Spanish initiatives here in the United States, as well as our global expansion. So, really proud of that. And then we're also launching this Éxito en Español initiative, Succeed in Spanish, to make sure that we are bringing absolute most benefits across the board. All right. And so we go to the next slide. Great slide about Michael here. So Michael's also going to be doing a new weekly show where he's basically going to take Motivational Monday and recap it in Spanish. And so he'll take clips from Motivational Monday. They'll put Spanish subtitles under whatever you and I are saying, Hodge. And then will lead that recap in Spanish with us speaking English with Spanish subtitles. And so this will happen every week, basically as a recap of Motivational Monday in order for that. All right. And so really great for Michael to be able to spend the time and focus on that. And, really proud of him and everything that he's bringing to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just another way that we think about serving our entrepreneurs, like it's a fantastic way to bring people under one community and, serve a common goal. And so I love this initiative. I love that we continue to find different ways to, support our agents. And this has been a big ask, and it's taken a little while to get here because we want to be really purposeful and thoughtful on how we approach this. And I think that this is the perfect balance. So super excited for this to kick off and the community that's going to be kind of driven from this.
Yeah.
All right. So next, we've got some FallCon stuff. We've got some FallCon reminders. If you're new to LPT, you're like, what is FallCon? Let us explain to you. So each year we have our annual conference, and that is called FallCon. We've got some smaller ones, but our major one is called FallCon, and it's going to be this October. And so we are looking forward to seeing you there in person. We've got a ton of different options for you to connect through multitude of tickets, pricing, and different experiences there. But as you approach that, we want to make sure you understand how to get the most from FallCon. And that means that you have to understand what you are going to get from it, right? Like, what are the holes in my business? What are the answers that I'm trying to receive? And what are the things that I want to know more about? And that preparation is going to start today with our Road to FallCon. So Robert, walk us through your vision of Road to FallCon and what they should expect over the next 12 sessions that we do this.
Yeah, so we were doing the conference, right? And what we learned last year is people have to be in the right mind frame, right? We're going through a lot of content. There's a lot of stuff, plugged into a couple of small days. And so, the question is like, how do we make sure everybody is prepared? So this year we had the idea, let's do this road to FallCon. And so basically for 12 sessions leading up to the road to FallCon itself, we're going to have these 12 road to FallCon sessions. We're going to start today with unlocking the power of IDOS. So anyone who has purchased a ticket to FallCon will be able to join us today immediately following Motivational Monday for unlocking the power of IDOS. There's still time to grab your ticket today. You can do a pay at closing ticket. You can do a paid in advance ticket. Any type of ticket you grab will then unlock the road to FallCon inside of your Connect. Really excited to spend time with everybody today, walking through IDOS, walking through that individual definition of success. But what we realize is these 12 sessions, these 12 live Zooms that I'm going to do with everyone who has a FallCon ticket to get ready for the event itself is all about getting prepared, all about being in that right mind frame. So that when we walk into the RP Funding Center together in October, we're able to get as much out of that as possible. And so, one, grab your FallCon ticket earlier. We want you to be a part of that road to FallCon, of that 12-week path, because again, I want us to get in there and be as absolutely prepared as possible to unlock the event and get the most out of it. Because we put a lot of time and energy into the teachings and the certifications and everything we're doing at FallCon, and so this is just one more way that we're making that investment of time to make sure that FallCon is absolutely maximum for everyone who's there.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're wondering the time, it is going to be directly following Motivational Monday, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it is available inside of Connect. If you go inside of Connect, you'll see the tile there, and that is how you will access that webinar. So looking forward to seeing everyone. But we've got some winners we want to talk about. We've got our weekly winners that we are going to announce. So Robert, I'll let you. Dave, do you have drum roll cued? You did
come
that.
Come on now. Do you announce the winners this week? I feel like I've announced them every week. You got this.
All right, no problem. All right, so we're gonna go with our weekly winner. So winner number one, we've got, drum roll please. We can go directly to the side. We've got Wade Kelly. Congratulations. We are looking forward to spending some time with you here at FallCon. So fantastic. We're going to go through these pretty quickly. We got winner number two, which is Tommy. Fantastic. Aquisito, is that how would you say that last name? I feel like I said that correctly. All right, fantastic. Out of Texas. We've got Maria Thorn. Why do I have all the hardest last names? That's why you set me up with this. Quattrone. All right. Area leader and fantastic out of Pennsylvania. All right. Shelly Servito. Fantastic out of Tampa. Looking forward to spending some time with you. And I think we have final list. Barry Blake. All right. Right here out of Central Florida at Garden Gate. Barry Blake, congratulations, brother. We are looking forward to seeing you and spending some time with you.
So each of those winners gets to have a direct question. They get to drive some of the content at FallCon. So they'll get to ask a question, and then it'll be one of the things that we cover live from the stage at FallCon. So really excited for those winners. We've got next week's drawing coming up. Again, so remember, if you get your ticket today, you'll be entered in for the drawing that we're going to announce next week. This one is 10 winners who will score a cameo in our official FallCon 2026 recap sizzle reel captured live on site at the RP Funding Center. So you'll get a little sizzle reel of your own. We'll make you a nice little combo video. You'll get interviewed about your experience at FallCon. Really cool idea here. And these are all prizes that you can't purchase. These are things you can buy. The only way to get these really cool prizes is to have a FallCon ticket and be drawn here live on Motivational Monday. So next Monday, we'll be drawing 10 winners who are going to get their own little sizzle reel and the inclusion in the overall LPT FallCon sizzle reel for next year. Speaking of, Dave, do we happen to have last year's sizzle reel that maybe we can put our hands on and play? They love when I throw them curveballs like this. Like this was not the run of show. But that's the we know what happened here video with the cool pan up from the sign in the front of the hotel last year. If you can get your hands on that, let me know. We'll play it. But again, congratulations to all of our FallCon winners. So make sure you grab those tickets to get into the drawing. Make sure you grab those tickets so you can be a part of the road to FallCon coming up right after Motivational Monday.
They say all real estate conferences are the same. Pools that glow, lobby bars that never sleep, badges and booths in endless rows. You fly in, learn a little, fly out, and Monday looks the same. But this one, before the doors even opened, the room felt different.
just to see the approach walking down that hallway, as soon as I turned the corner and saw the great big Falcon, I knew that it was going to be absolutely amazing.
Closer, truer, built for candor and tools.
It's not just a convention where you're coming to get that free swag. You're actually coming and learning and leaving with certifications. I'm already blown away.
They crushed it. The hall's been busy the whole time. The vendors are thrilled. All around, it's just a huge win.
I've travelled all the way here from London to Orlando, Florida to be part of this massive convention, Falcon 2025.
And then it happened. Rows shifted into circles. Not louder, clearer. Not talk, tools. Templates were traded for playbooks, and playbooks were turned into plans.
It is unbelievable, the amount of training that we're getting in just a condensed period of time. I'm excited.
Leadership didn't just wave from a stage. No, he stayed in the room.
He stood up there for 11 hours yesterday and he didn't stop. He just continued to give content. There's no script, he's not reading.
And with Robert writing all of these certifications and giving us the how, we have the best playbook to go back and blow up our business that I've ever seen.
I think anyone who doesn't come to something like this is absolutely insane.
Direction over noise. Conviction over intention. Some called it spiritual. Maybe it was.
It's amazing. It's been beautiful, beautiful experience.
It was like so refreshing to fall in love with real estate again.
What was shared here was clear, teachable, repeatable. We arrived as screen names and avatars. We left as family and friends. They say all conferences are the same. Let them say it. We know what happened here.
Fantastic.
All right, so that's last year's official sizzle reel from FallCon. Really excited about that. Again, make sure you grab those tickets. We'll see you guys immediately following Motivational Monday if you have that ticket for Road to FallCon. And if you're a team leader and you bought a bundle of tickets for your teams, all your team members are unlocked once you do that to be able to attend the Road to FallCon. So the way Connect is working to get into the Road to FallCon, there will be a tile inside of Connect for anyone who either has bought a ticket themselves or who is on a team where the team leader bought a bulk package of tickets for their team members. And so that's the access today for Road to FallCon.
Yeah, that's right. And next week, just so that you know, we will have the second track, and the conversation is going to be around finding your AI edge. So today is IDOS, and next week that will be the topic. So looking forward to. And we will also record these, so that will be available for replay for anyone who also has a ticket. So that is for June 15th next week. You will see that. All right. Let's continue to move along. We've got a couple of things to cover. Are we going to continue to talk about FallCon here? I think we got some additional ticketing things, and we're going to go through some of this piece again, only because each week we have brand new agents joining LPT, and you're learning about these things for the very first time. And so we want to make sure that you're equipped with all the information. So we got next slide, Dave. All right. So we've got some ticket options here for you, Robert. I'll kind of let you walk us through that.
Yeah, just again, go over those ticket options. We wanted to make FallCon as accessible as possible. There's that $299 GA ticket, general admission for everybody to get in. We've got the certifications, which there's a buy it now price at $1,099 or a pay it close at $1,399. And then there's that VIP level at $2,599. So again, you can hop into Connect. You can grab those tickets. If you grab your ticket today, Connect will unlock you for the Road to FallCon here. But yeah, man, excited about it. I think we've kind of covered everything there. We've got the 3 certifications. We're doing AI Unfair Advantage 2026, Listing Power, Breakthrough Marketing Blueprint, and then becoming an IDOS certified guide, which is what today's Road to FallCon session is touching on.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump into some rankings here. So one, we had fantastic results with our solo agents, fantastic results with our team agents. We know some new rankings just came out. So we're so excited to celebrate with our team and pave the way forward, because we learned a lot from this. We want to continue to double down on the things that we are doing for our entrepreneurs to be successful. So I will turn it over to you, Robert, for the honors of walking us through these rankings and what they mean for LPT and our entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so on the back half of the show, we're going to go through the rankings. We're going to recognize all of the amazing both teams and solo agents who qualified for this year's RealTrends inside of LPT. Absolutely amazing group. But first, I want to talk about what this represents. You know, what we achieved never been done before by a brokerage, what that means for us as a company, and then how we're taking a lot of that success that we've learned and now applying it to an even broader group of the brokerage. So a couple things we did this year that have never been done before. If we can get the slides up, RealTrends came out on Friday. The big thing here is that 8 of the top 14 teams in the United States by units are now at LPT Realty. All right, so that's you can see them there listed on the side. We launched a platform called Team Growth in 2023, and the idea behind this Team Growth platform was to build technology, bring technology and community and all these things together to help teams that wanted to grow and get bigger. And today, Team Growth has helped 8 of the top 14 teams in the country either grow inside of LPT or join LPT because of that Team Growth platform. 1 out of 10 of our teams is ranked either first or second in their state. We have 14 number ones, 14 teams that are number 1 in their state. 1 out of 5 of our teams are ranked in the top 5 in their state. That's not luck. That's the model working, right? That's what we set out to do with Team Growth. And so what we realized through this, and again, I think we've got a couple other kind of things we want to highlight here through these slides. What we realized is that when we put a focus together like that to help agents who are focused on growth be able to grow and succeed, that we can actually move the needle. We can actually move the needle in people's businesses. We can bring like-minded entrepreneurs together. And so we spent a lot of time on thinking, how do we help our solo practice agents do that same thing? Before we get into that, though, I do want to talk about this. So we have 8 of our top teams ranked in the 14. For those of you who have been following along on Motivational Monday, we had a 9th team that we submitted that we thought was going to be there. We thought we would be 9 of the top 15. And unfortunately, Big Block was not included in the rankings this year on RealTrends. And so I want to talk about a little bit of what happened there. One, I want to give an apology to Sam and the group at Big Block for some of the kind of dynamics that surround this. But so, what happened is when you come on the scene like us and you disrupt, people get nervous, people freak out, people think it isn't real. When LPT first qualified as the top 10 in brokerages coming out of nowhere, RealTrends actually thought we were fake. They thought there's no way this is true. And Davey, do we have that clip by chance? Do we have the clip of the RealTrends head talking about how his team thought LPT was unbelievable and we were on the anomaly report? And it's like, there was just no way this could be true.
Yeah, we do.
I want to play this because basically this year, they said the same thing about our teams, right? There's no way that 9 of the top 15 teams or 8 of the top 14 teams in the country can all be at a single brokerage. So we could play that real quick, Dave.
Our team up in arms with LPT because their growth was just absolutely unbelievable, to be completely candid with you. So they more than doubled their transaction size and more than tripled their volume. So when we ran the anomaly report, they were number 1 on the list of, is this real? So we went through the extra vetting process that we do when a new entrant appears on the top 10, which is we request financials, we go deep, we get all kinds of information to make sure that this is actually real. LPT is actually real. So, the fact that they went from number 28 in the rankings on sides to now being number 10, number 38 in volume to now number 14 is probably one of the largest jumps that we've ever seen on the rankings. The fact that they were founded 3 years ago, appeared on the rankings 2 years ago, and cracked the top 10 in the sides category this year, it's pretty extraordinary.
It was about us as a brokerage. And so basically now this year, that same unbelievable, is this real anomaly report was applied to our teams. And so when we had 8 of the top, 9 of the top 15 submitted, 8 of the top 14 teams that went through, this same thing happened, right? The team's up in arms. This can't be real. There's no way. And so RealTrends reached out and said, hey, just like we audited LPT, when you guys cracked the top 10 out of nowhere, we're going to now audit your teams because we need to make sure that this is real. We need to make sure these are real teams. We need to make sure these are not downlines. We need to make sure that these teams have shared branding and that there's a optional team leader split and all these published requirements. And so we said, yeah, no problem. So our team went to work. The team put together the data. The team got the data to RealTrends. And when the dust settled, all of our teams got through except for one. And RealTrends felt that Big Block's percentage of team fees was not high enough to be considered a team. And so part of what works against Big Block is their price points are so high that if they had charged the exact same fees in a different market, in a lower price point market, they would have met the threshold to be considered a team. But unfortunately, when the numbers got audited, their percentage wasn't high enough, right? They met all the other requirements to be a team, but their percentage wasn't high enough. And I think part of this is, again, I want to apologize to Sam. I want to apologize to Big Block. Like, I laid out a vision for what I think the future of teams looks like, and you guys leaned into that fully. And now you find yourself in a place where the industry doesn't know how to rank you. They can't rank you as a brokerage because you're not a brokerage anymore. And now you can't be ranked as a team because you don't meet this minimum economic threshold. And so, one, I don't think this is the end of the conversation. I think for next year, there's going to be conversations around what does the definition of team need to look like? Where do we land in this? But I wanted everybody to know, and I wanted you to hear this from me, right? They did nothing wrong. They are a team, in my opinion, and by my definition, shared branding, optional economics. It's not the downline. Sam's downline is much bigger than the Big Block team. I mean, but again, because of us disrupting, because of us jumping up the rankings so quickly, there was this audit done, and so all of our other teams obviously ranked, up there in the top 15. So again, my apologies to Big Block guys, and I'm proud of what you've built. I'm proud of the value you bring to your agents. I'm proud of the team you are, and just know that we are fighting with this industry on, hey, what does the future definition of a team look like? And how do we rank someone like Big Block when their percentage of fees isn't considered high enough to be a team? And so we'll see where the conversation goes. Really proud of all you guys. Proud of the 8 who did rank in the top 14, proud of Big Block for what you guys are built, and just so proud of all, more importantly than these rankings, so just proud of all the lives we're impacting across this amazing organization between our individual solo agents, our teams, our team members, our team leaders. And so kind of, again, I wanted to touch on that. I want to touch on what happened. I want everybody to know here, the dynamics around the 8 teams that did make it through, passing that audit through RealTrends, the 1 team that did not, and we will continue to push the model forward, right? We're going to continue to push the model forward. I have this vision for where I think the industry is going, and, teams' ability to challenge those legacy franchises, and we're going to continue to disrupt, and we're going to continue to push the model to places that are uncomfortable for the industry as a whole, and we're not giving up on that. So just know that over the next year, I'm going to be spending a lot of time with RealTrends, going through how do we get these definitions right, because we can't leave people behind. We can't refuse to acknowledge accomplishments because they don't meet the old model. They don't meet the old way of thinking. So in that thread, I do want to give a shout out to Realty Group, our teams that were ranked by RealTrends. So Realty Group, we can throw that slide up. Number 1 team in the United States, Realty Group is here. Number 1 by sides, number 2 by volume, number 1 in their state by both volume and sides. 2,700 transactions last year. Really proud of what you guys have accomplished there. Next slide. In addition to the number 1 overall team in the country, this one's really cool to me. So Christy Cannon joined us recently, number 13 overall, but Christy's the number 1 team in Texas and the number 1 female-led team in the United States. So Christy is the highest ranked female-led team by units in the United States. Big congratulations to her and the Cannon Group. 13 overall by sides, number 1 female-led team by sides in the United States, and number 1 team in Texas by both sides and volume. So big congratulations there. So again, we're going to go through all of our RealTrends rankings later, but I wanted to highlight a couple of these because it speaks to something, right? We made this decision a couple of years ago to launch this team growth platform and say, you know what, we're going to build a platform inside of LPT where entrepreneurs who are running teams who are very focused on growth have a place to plug in, have a place to get access to technology, have a place to get access to playbooks. You can go ahead and throw that slide up, Davey. And look, it's a massive success. We just proved to the whole industry that we grew a real estate business better than anyone in the country that is able to help entrepreneurs build that definition of success inside of teams, the absolute highest level. And now we're going to take that to another level. And we're going to bring that same growth focus to our solo agent with what I'm calling the solo practice CEO. And so if we can play this amazing video.
Growth isn't always measured by head count. Sometimes it's measured by vision, by commitment, by seeing the top of that mountain and understanding that there are different paths to get there. Some climb with a team beside them. Others navigate the climb on their own. Different paths, different challenges, the same pursuit of something greater. And for those who choose the independent path, the mountain reveals itself differently. Fewer voices, longer miles, different paths between the peaks. But when you dream big, you begin to realize that choosing to travel independently doesn't mean you have to travel alone.
So really proud to announce that, springboarding off of the amazing success that we've had with our team growth platform, again, attracting and helping build 8 of the 14, 9 of the 15 largest teams in the United States, we're unveiling our solo practice growth platform. That'll be officially launching in August. If we can throw up that next slide. Really excited about this initiative. We've learned so much in team growth and how team growth has helped our teams succeed, helped our teams grow, helped our team leaders find each other in that community. We're really excited to bring that same energy now to what we're calling solo practice growth. And this is for the solo practice CEO. This is for that agent who, you may have assistants and you have staff and, you don't have a team of producing agents, but you're still building a business. Or if your IDOS is you're running completely solo, like we want to have that same type of platform for you. So we're taking everything we've learned over the last couple of years around that team growth platform. I mean, team growth is the undisputed most powerful platform in the industry by those results that we just saw on RealTrends, and really excited to bring solo practice growth now with that focus to bring the same level of technology and tools and community and playbooks and masterminds and Zooms, right? They'll be different. It's different technology for our solo practice CEOs. It's different playbooks for our solo practice CEOs, but bringing that same energy to solo practice growth, SPG, solo practice growth, the initiative that we'll be launching in August here at LPT Realty. Really proud of that. If we can go to the next slide. And it's all about IDOS. Obviously, you guys, I'm teaching on IDOS here afterwards when we get into the road to FallCon. It's all about individual definition of success, the flexibility to choose, the flexibility to change. And so we recognize that this solo practice growth is a critical component, because success is not one shape. It's not a leaderboard. It's not somebody else's business model. And we brought that energy to team growth. And now we're bringing that same energy to solo practice growth, SPG, here inside of LPT. Next slide. And again, what is solo practice growth? You don't want to manage a bunch of people. You don't necessarily want to recruit. You don't want to be the biggest team in your market. You want to be the best in your market as an agent. The agent that your clients ask for by name. There's all these amazing things. This is the solo practice CEO. It's about a state of mind. It's about a desire to grow without adding additional producing agents to your team. And that's really what this comes down to. So there's different ways to build success. IDOS is all about that. Do you build it with other producing agents? That's a team. Or do you build it to where you are the individual producing agent, which doesn't mean you don't have support, right? To build the size business and to be number one in their market, which is a lot of our solo practice agents' goals, you need transaction coordinators, you need assistants, you need lots of people there with you. So it's not about being completely alone. It's about choosing not to have that team, choosing not to have additional producing agents with you. And LPT will now have a focus on both. So solo agent growth, solo practice growth, really excited for that. Full range too, no matter where you are in that journey. So there will be a solo practice explorer level for people who are just getting started. That's affordable to get going, get basic technology, dip your toe in the water, all the way up to a solo practice pro, which is kind of the equivalent of our team growth pro that we have right now, which is a full technology stack, full immersion. And so we're going to be announcing that amazing product and how solo practice growth works in August. So Hodge, what are your thoughts there, man? It's, obviously you've been a part of this when we first dreamed up team growth, 2.5, 3 years ago, with this focus of how do we help entrepreneurs building teams reach the absolute heights. We have achieved that. Now we're bringing all of that learning over to our solo practice, growth focused agents. It's an exciting day, man. And RealTrends is the proof that what we put our mind to and what we built absolutely worked.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to help in a different way. When you look at what the team leaders found valuable and the things and the support that we put around them, because we started to understand what obstacles are you hitting as you try to, increase transaction count, or you try to increase head count. What does support look like from the brokerage level? What can we step in and help with. And so when we look at the solo practitioner path as well, we think about, okay, well, what obstacles do you face when you are kind of at the center of it and you're leveraging, staff as a way to do more transactions or increase your price point? What does it look like to support that entrepreneur if that's your version of success? And so we believe we put together a pretty killer stack of offerings that are going to help you succeed. And again, we learn from kind of the larger team. Proof is in the pudding with the rankings, like it does work. And now we get to point that radar towards people who want to achieve that version of success a little bit differently. And we're so excited to launch it. I personally am a huge fan of this. I love the solo agent track, and we're excited to help. So excited to see what it looks like next year. We did still have some rankings though with our solo agents.
Not just some, man. I mean, we absolutely crushed it, right? So even without the solo practice growth being launched yet, we still have absolutely amazing success inside of RealTrends on both the solo practice side and the team side. And again, this is about the evolution of our ecosystem, right? This is, if you think about what we offer, as you sit here today, we have LPT Plus, which is for any agent, right? Team member, team leader, solo agent. And that's kind of that baseline of technology. Then we had team growth, kind of sitting over here. And then at certain levels of team growth, LPT Plus is included. And now we're going to be adding solo practice growth. And kind of similarly, at certain levels of solo practice growth, you'll get a free LPT Plus membership. But that's the ecosystem we put together. So you've got LPT Plus, which is that kind of general focus for any agent, no matter where they fit in the ecosystem. And then the team growth and the solo practice growth are the two specialties where we really can bring the right technology and the right conversations specifically around those products. So really excited for the future, really excited to dig in deeper to this as we get into it between now and launch in August. So I'm proud of him. But to your point, we still absolutely crushed it on RealTrends. So let's get into that. Let's go through these RealTrends rankings. We're a little behind here today. We've covered a lot. We do want to honor all of our amazing RealTrends agents. So let's start with our top solo agents on the RealTrends side. Congratulations to Justine Oros, number 3 agent by sides in Nevada. Number 1 agent by sides at LPT. She had 93 closings, 37 million. Congratulations, Justine. This is her second year crushing it in there. Maggie Cooper with 90 sides, almost 18 million in volume. Number 8 agent by sides in South Carolina. Congratulations, Maggie. Mike Rowland. Mike's got 74 sides last year with $31 million in volume. And now this year, Mike's actually decided to launch a team. So that's interesting to see, like, that transition as well, going from a solo agent to a team leader, staying on that solo path now with our new solo practice CEO plan. We're really about unlocking all the different paths for everyone. Number 6 by sides in Nevada, Karen Ferguson. Number 7 by sides in Arkansas with 68 units. Congratulations, Karen. And then Martha Johnson, number 1 by volume at 137 million. She's on our amazing Aperture side of the house. She was the number 2 agent in Montana by volume, only 31 sides, but an amazing almost $140 million in volume. So that's just a few of the amazing solo practice agents that are on the existing platform here between LPT and Aperture. Congratulations to all of you guys. We're hoping to get all of you plugged into our solo practice growth platform here as we get that launched. And then let's go through everybody else. We had a lot of other individual agents qualify for RealTrends as well. Let's get those slides up. We're not going to read every name on here. We're going to go through these. Here's our first 30 RealTrends agents on the individual side inside of the LPT ecosystem. Probably need a little music here, Dave, maybe bed music, so we can leave these up for a minute if we got some. This is ordered by units, RealTrends agents by units across both Aperture and LPT. There's our yeah, we feel good. We are crushing it here on RealTrends.
I know I said a few. I'm like, well, I was being a little
yeah, man. No, I'm really proud of this, and again, so excited about where we're going, launching the solo practice growth platform, again, to help more agents achieve the success they choose, to help agents, move up these rankings. Just really excited about where we're going with this.
This is a final slide for our individuals.
That is it. And then here's everybody together. So one slide with everybody. the first 5 that we showed individually, and then everybody else on here together as well. So one slide with everybody. We will put these slides into LPT Connect as well.
All right, what do we have next?
All right, so that's on the solo side. And again, really excited for where we're going with solo practice growth. Now let's get over into the team side. We've had team growth for a couple of years now. We've spent a lot of time both helping teams grow, attracting top teams from around the country. Let's run through those RealTrends results on the team side. We've already shown you this slide again, number 1, 3, 4, 7, 10, 11, 13, and 14 here at LPT. Really proud of all of our amazing teams that came up at the top of the largest teams on RealTrends. And then we've got some states, right? Like, let's take a look at this. In Arkansas, we have the number 1 enterprise team, Elite Alliance, and the number 1 large team in Sphere. We've got Florida here, the number 1 enterprise team by sides. These are all of our number 1s. Number 1 enterprise team by sides, military veteran team. Iowa, we've got 2 number 1s, number 1 large team and number 1 mega team. Massachusetts, number 1 mega team. Congrats, Home and Key Group. Let me go back. Clarkson Realty Group and Ankeny Real Estate Group. Home and Key Group, number 1 in Massachusetts. Vibe Realty Group, number 1 in Maryland. Realty Group, number 1 in Minnesota. Shauna Key Team, number 1 in Montana. Or mega team, Simply New Mexico, number 1 enterprise team in New Mexico. Nevada Real Estate Group, number 1 enterprise team. South Carolina, Chucktown, number 1. Texas, Christie Cannon, number 1 enterprise. Wyoming, number 1 medium team. So a lot of number 1s on the team side running around the ecosystem. Then we get into our top 5s. So we got a couple states here that expand. Connecticut, Jessica Boswell's team and Icon team. California, Partners Real Estate comes in there in the top 5. Arizona, Space at number 2. In Florida, we've got Military Veteran at 1, Paramount at 2, First Response Team number 1 medium. Again, so many amazing teams on here. Take a look over at Nevada. We've got 1, 4, 4, and 5 across different team sizes. Really proud of everybody, again, on all sides of the house. We could not have shown up in a bigger way on RealTrends this year.
This is all teams?
Yeah, all teams. So you can see over there, we run down the top 10. So we've talked about the top 8 already. From there, we go with Ascend Group, Nevada Real Estate Group, round out the top 10 by sides. You can read through there on the rest. This is the top 50. We had, I think, a total of almost 200 teams across all. So here's those rankings. Again, you can look up the full list, RealTrends, on their website. You can slice and dice the data. You can look by big team, little team, solo agent, team leader, but just really proud of how we showed up this year. Proud of everybody across the brokerage, both the LPT side, the Aperture side, the team side, the solo agent side, the big teams, the little teams. We're really proud of everybody across the board. So leave this up here for a minute there, everybody, to see. Again, we'll be putting these slides into Connect, but just so proud of what everyone worked hard to accomplish, and really, really excited for the future, right? We're gonna continue with our team growth platform to help more and more teams achieve their definition of success. We're launching the new solo practice growth platform to help more of our solo practice agents achieve their definition of success. Absolutely so much potential here. The future is bright, and we're just getting started. We're not even 4 years old, right? These results are all based on 2025. That's interesting. These results are 6 months old. This is all stuff we did last year. We've even come so much further, even from where we were just there, and we're just getting started. So really proud to be partnering with each and every one of you. Excited for the future. We continue to prep for Boomsday. We continue to get ready for FallCon. Big shout out to everybody. Big congratulations. Thank you for trusting us here at LPT and Aperture with your business. Thanks for being a part of LPT Holdings. Really proud to be in business with all of you. And I think that's going to about wrap up Motivation Monday. Hodge, you got any final words today before we jump over into the road to FallCon?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just excited to be on this vision with you and on this mission with you, and helping entrepreneurs succeed and really redefining what success looks like. For so long, it's been put into these boxes like you are this or you are this. And then, we've really kind of come around and say, hey, well, what is it for you? Let's let's reverse this script and understand what you're actually trying to accomplish, not what we are saying is being successful. And then how can we help you achieve that? And I believe that is the proof is in the pudding, where, as you can see, people are achieving their own version of success in different ways and different paths, and nothing is right or wrong. It's about just helping empower the entrepreneurs. So excited to be a part of that and to continue to double down and help more and more entrepreneurs find their version of success. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to our Road to FallCon here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, so if you've got your FallCon ticket, when you log into Connect, you will see a tile for the Road to FallCon webinar. And we'll see you guys over there in just a few minutes. Everybody make it a great week. We'll be back on Motivational Monday next Monday, and keep an eye out for details on the new solo practice growth, if that's something you're interested in getting involved in. So really, really proud of where we're going, man. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll see our FallCon ticket holders on the Road to FallCon here in just a few minutes. Make it a great week.
Wow, I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't.